I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, any public comment on the agenda items? There's not a whole lot. Motion to appoint the chairman. Do we have a motion for the chairman?
I would like to motion that you are the chairman, sir.
Name.
John
can't
Zwicker,
see.
would
Don't
you
look at me.
please
John
be the
Zwicker.
chairman?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to appoint a secretary?
Marcy?
That was quick.
Dwight wanted to make sure he didn't get anything. I second that motion.
Good job, Dwight.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, first agenda item is the treasurer bond. Last year was $500,000. I don't remember, Pat. We must have passed that after the original meeting. I didn't see that in the original motion. And account balances, the account balance is almost $1 million. I have no knowledge of the implication of this. I'm not ready to discuss this, so do you guys have anything?
Does that need to be raised to cover everything?
Supervisors, do you know what the,
I think it should be, the most money that's available at any one time is what should cover.
But I thought it should be $1 million.
and what's the implication to that as far as a yearly cost to us, do you know?
I don't know what dollar transfer, I don't know what changes. It's based upon, number of dollars falling off. So
Right, so we'd be doubling that.
probably, it wouldn't be more than double. I think she said it was about $800
That's per year?
per year,
That's what it is currently,
currently, yes.
but we don't
Remember
know.
when we did up it, we upped it
Yeah, we-
because it was like nothing.
Right,
And then we upped it to 500.
that's because our balances have been increasing.
Yeah. I feel like there's not.
Is that
really-
balance going to remain there? Do you have any
Right
idea?
now.
I doubt it would be made,
We can.
Because I don't feel comfortable saying yes or no when I don't know what the implications are.
Right, that's
We're
what I
not-
meant when I said I wasn't ready for this either, so. Yeah, I mean, if we want to table it, and we'll find out what the implications are as far as what that does as a yearly cost.
I move we table the treasurer's bond
I second.
to receive
Do you have
further
anything?
information.
Specifically, what
Let me
information?
ask you a question, can supervisors go ahead and get the 500, because we have to have something in place.
Oh, yeah, I have no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Maintaining
then you want to
consistent.
increase it, then we can do that.
Will it remain in until we change it?
Yes, I think that's fine.
So I make a motion to continue for 2017, the $500,000 coverage that we had in 2016. Do we have a second?
Instead of tabling
But we're going to do it as two separate motions.
Okay, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then as a second action item, it's not necessarily a motion, would be to get some information on increasing it. What's it going to cost yearly for us? And then I can look at the balances and come up with I think you guys will probably have just as well an indication coming forward. What's a good balance to get a coverage on? So, if doubling it only increases it, $50 or $100 a month, then we may as well just do it and have the coverage, but if it's a lot, then we can take a harder look at it.
I
Kind of what
would
I'm
think
thinking.
you have a motion on the floor to get information as far as what the increase would cost and what a balance, as far as a balance. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know that we need to make that as a motion. That's just an action.
Okay.
We're not actually. I can ask David for that. Next action item, Board of Supervisors, requested the wages for the doing road work be set at the rate of the highest road work employee, which happens to be $22.31. This is pretty standard. We've done this every year. Seems to work out fine. So, yeah, so moved as written. I second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next one is the personal vehicle. This is used for picking up supplies. That's the actual motion. Did I read that?
One was just the action, one was
Yeah,
the
one was the
motion.
action and one was the
Okay.
motion. That's what I thought you had to read a couple.
Me too. Took 3 times.
Yeah. Well, you're still faster than I was. Yeah, this one's for supervisors using their personal vehicle, supplies, notary, etc. Again, we have set this in the past using the IRS rate, which actually lowered this year for the first time than I can ever remember. It was
55.
It was 54, went to 53 and a half. Big change. So the motion would be to continue to use the IRS allowance, which is 53 and a half cents for the year of 2017. Discussion on that.
So move.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the last thing is the pay for doing road inspections. Again, it was last year 35, so this is actually not a change, it's a motion to retain that rate of $35 an hour using the personal vehicles when doing road inspections.
Not $35 an hour.
I'm sorry, the flat rate.
Flat
I'm
rate.
sorry.
That'd be all right though.
Flat rate.
Pay us that.
Do it more than once?
Yeah, no, we usually just go one.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Yeah.
It's an automated vehicle.
Any discussion on that?
That's no problem. So move.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Had a request from last night's organization to review Gary Sweat Law Office invoices from 2016. Conduct an audit of the sewer and water department and give a report. Are these two separate motions? It's a motion
that
to
would be
review
separate.
all Gary's,
Yeah, 2016 invoices.
and that's a separate action item from an audit of the water and sewer.
Yes.
It's specifically, it's not, it's all Gary Sweat invoices.
They always did water and sewers.
Well, we have always done the water and sewer, and I was gonna discuss that one second, but since you brought it up. As auditors with the water and sewer, all we have done in the past is we look at the bank statements at the end of the year, verify that the monies that should be there are there, compared to the beginning balance, and make sure that, it balances, that all the income and the outgoing match, and that there's, the money's there. What we don't do is review the expenses themselves and determine whether they
How
are
it's
exorbitant or
spent.
any, right. How it's spent is the supervisor's decision. So I'm a little confused as to what that audit would entail, what you're asking us to do that we normally don't do. What we do is follow the money trail and make sure that what we're reporting to the state, that money's there and it balances to last year's. If you're asking us to dig deeper and,
Can't tell you how to do the audit. When I used to teach auditing, there's a lot of different methods you can use. One of which is do sampling of invoices. You don't do them all, you choose every 10th one or every 5th one or whatever it was.
Right, that's what I mean by dig
Yeah,
deeper.
and you match it, you match up, yeah, there's a check for that, and it matches what's on here, that the name matches, what's good. That's all. It's not a, I don't think we're asking you to look at every little paper and every single expenditure. But certainly, anything you want to see. One of the reasons for this, and you can confirm or whatever, is that our office, particularly County Molson, refused to grant you access to water and sewer records. And she was very disturbed to hear this. And I
Right.
didn't
Tammy
come-
called me about that
Didn't come
yesterday.
from your board, and so we want to make sure there's transparency, you can see anything you want to see, we don't, there's nothing in there that I know of, you can't lie.
Yeah, Tammy called me about that yesterday, and I told her, I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. I mean, I have never asked Tammy for a record that was not produced, either right away or within a short amount of time.
And that's what she indicated that to me, she had a discussion with you, and she was upset at the allegations
Right.
made against her. And so we wanted to take a look at whatever you want to see.
That being said, I mean, I have no problem with, when we're doing our normal audit, I mean, we can, like I said, dig in deeper, we can start doing some sampling, take some of the big expenses, and drill them down. And we typically just do that as a real high-level sampling.
I mean, it usually takes about 3 Saturdays,
Right.
so maybe we should break it down into 3 Saturdays. Pick a Saturday, do the general fund, pick a Saturday, do water and sewer, and get deeper into it and see where we're at.
Yeah, the only thing
I mean,
is we're always
'cause
under the gun hitting that date
Yeah, which is-
it's all April 1.
April 1-ish.
We normally don't get
But
started in February until
Usually,
all
the
the
water
numbers
and
are in.
sewage is kind of, it pretty much balances itself as far as the money goes.
Right.
But if we want to look deeper into the expenses, we'll just need to put a little more time into that.
Right, so what I think we'll do is do it as we've normally done it so that we can get the state audit completed.
April 1st.
Check the balance. And all
Kind of
that.
have a problem, because we go to Florida for the month of February.
That's our big month.
I know.
That's when we do the audit, is February.
Well, I mean, we'll just get
We just had
started.
to work some in January and then back in March.
Well, it's hard to get started in January because you have to wait for all the final bank statements and everything to come in, so.
Come to the last week.
Right, so we typically don't get started until February, but
Well, we
we can catch up.
I got the first 2 or 3 days.
FaceTime? Not FaceTiming
Can
now?
do that.
I would never. Do that to you. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is we'll do it as before. We will concentrate on getting the state report done, and then once we're done with that, then we can take another Saturday.
And give it at least.
Yeah.
John, does the state report ask for any of the water and sewer numbers? Used to be it didn't.
It's all lumped in there.
It's in there now?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, we break that out. Yes.
Yeah.
It has there's 3 columns, the general fund,
Liquid fuels.
liquid fuels, and then what they call capital projects, and we've been putting
Keep it putting capital.
that in capital projects
Yeah.
since Donegal took over West Elliott. Water and sewer.
Yeah, parks are in there. and-
Yeah, there's a few other things, but 90% of it is
Yeah,
water and
water.
sewer, because it's the main expense. So, that's an odd motion, but I mean, I would make a motion that we will dig into the water and sewer department after we're completed the state audit to increase the sample size on expenditures. And
It's kind of uproots out of it.
how's that?
Because he's not doing anything.
Oh, put into that.
That's still right? Tom Bibby's not gonna do it. It's coming to close out on it.
31st of January, but, I think there may be some, he may stay on a little while longer to find a place.
Okay.
Well, this will obviously be through 2016. We'll do it for 2016. So we You want to read it back just so we?
I wrote that we will dig into water and sewer when completed the state audit, look deeper into expenses and income.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The second request from the supervisors on the sweat law office invoices. I mean, obviously, you know, that's our job as auditors to watch any expenditures we think are incorrect, excessive, not being reported properly. Not sure how we'll do that, but we'll have to.
I think it
Go
would come down
about
to his
that.
contract, look at his contract and,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen his invoices before, they're not very detailed.
no.
You know, you're at the mercy of his reporting format. He does put some detail in there. You got an example?
Yeah.
So,
You wanna look at this?
Please.
What is his rate?
The schedule of rates, is depending on who's doing what, probably six or so different different rates depending on who's doing it.
I think that we need to
Yeah.
look at the contract in order to audit.
Sure. Absolutely.
Some of it's 135 one.
right, depends on who.
And then it
has
says
everything.
like GS in the left column. That would be Gary Sweat, I would
I would
assume.
assume, I don't know.
And then there's other
I don't
initials.
see any.
And then the rates change is the initials
Oh, yeah,
change, it looks
some.
like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's something we can get started on right away, really. That's
Yeah.
not dependent on the state report or anything like that. We'll have to coordinate that with Tammy.
Heads up
I mean,
quick.
I can make the motion, then maybe after the meeting, we can discuss maybe how we, logistics of how we want to go about that.
Where we want to, yeah, when we can all get together. That's fine.
Be respectful of people's time, and obviously, we don't want it to be self-serving. If we have sweat for information, he'll bill us for it, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to cost more money to the township. So I make a motion that we will dig into the 2016 invoices as soon as we can arrange it.
Second.
I'm going to dig into Gary Sweat 2016 invoices as soon as possible. Good?
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any other further issues? I know we have our ethics things to
Turn
turn
those
out.
into Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy takes those. And then, like I said, we typically, you know, it's February before she kind of has everything in and ready to go. You'll notice a huge difference with the software. You get
Yeah.
It seems like
Nice
it's always
report
Valentine's
by
Day
code.
weekend. Like that's the weekend
Yeah.
that
It
usually
does
she
seem to be
texts
that's
and
when it
says, or
starts
calls
off.
and says, we got everything together.
How long does it take you guys as much time to do the audit now with the system we have compared with what we had?
Going back from when I first started, it's,
I know you've been here a long
it's
time.
probably about an eighth of the time. We used to do easily 80 hours, 80 to 100 hours, and we're down probably around 10.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna check for more than $100.
Yeah.
I can remember when Gus Zilke brought all the receipts in the shoebox. We had to do them that way.
There were records on the back of envelopes.
Yeah, yeah.
No lie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's much, much cleaner than it's always been. And that's with, I mean, the monies themselves are probably fourfold. You know, I mean, we would typically have expenditures around 200,000 and a balance of 20. And now we're, you know, $1 million, $1.5 million, and balance of 100,000, so. went more than that. It was a 250, I think we ended last year at.
We're down this year, we're down about 160 right now. General fund.
And of course, Dwight, it's all, you gotta put it all online. So if it doesn't match, they kick it back to you. So there's no mistakes from a balancing standpoint.
Then the media kick back on.
Immediate, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, when she types that information in, it immediately kicks it back. Our balance in the general fund was $570,570, what we went in with.
January 16th.
Oh, well, that was, yeah, December 31st, 2015, right, that's what we'll go in with next year. Any other issues?
I don't know
Motion to
about
adjourn the meeting?
We just call a meeting.
Call. Thanks. Thanks for the stellar attendance tonight. Timing on
It's fun.
extremely impossible for me to
Maybe.
do anything
On
Monday through
4 to
Friday.
5, then I have to take
So
one of the
I
girls
had
down
to
to
run
Charlotte.
to
We also, we do the audit, we get it basically
I took her
together, and
home.
then we go to Tammy's and audit.
And the problem for gas.
Right.
Told
Right, because she's not just Donna, she's
Yeah.
real estate, so
Yeah, and you gotta go to her house.
you gotta go to her house to do it because she has all the records there. Right.
No, I said when you
Crazy.
What we typically
do
do
it today,
is
didn't take it
Saturdays.
We're gonna take it off next week.
Come on,
we'll hit it hard as long as we can on Saturday until we start going crazy. Just from a macro standpoint, balancing the numbers. And then we start looking into the categories.
Almost all right.
So,
One of our nights is the phone name on
yeah,
here.
that's, I think we could
Or
probably,
just-
It's the,
probably do some of that.
well, then it's the, recreation board.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody will be
I mean,
here.
I
I
think
thought you don't need to be here.
it's $135. It looks like Jordan's.
Put it down, so you can have four.
Right.
And